go. All right, guys, we are chilling here at our little hot spot, waiting for an order to come in. So we will hang out here for a bit and see what we get. We've got DoorDash open, Uber Eats open, and Spark open. So we're kind of perusing all three of those right now. And as soon as I get an order, I'll record it on the screen and we'll go get it. As we just picked up this Safeway order, it is for $10.75 for, I believe, 6 items, maybe 8. Let's scroll down here and see. 6 items. So pregnancy test, that's a common one on a lot of these shops. Pizza, multivitamin, paper towels, chicken, ranch dressing. So it seems pretty easy. We're going to head that way. We're about 5 minutes from the Safeway. I may try and record the shop inside and just kind of how the process works. But we'll head over there now and get back to you here in a few minutes. Hello, Safeway. Wall of ranch. 16 ounce. And in the Tyson crispy strips. 25 ounce. In the bin. In for the pepperoni rolls combination. In the bin. And brawny paper towels, Terra Square score. In the bin. All right. Second to last item. We're looking for a naughty test. 3 counts. That is it. All right. Fingers crossed for you. In the bin. All right, we are almost done. I, of course, grabbed the wrong ranch like an idiot the first time around. I wanted buttermilk. Buttermilk 16 ounce. Here we go. Into the bin. And we are off to check out. All right, guys, we are back in the car with the groceries in tow. So we'll be headed out to the customer. I think it's like 2 miles. So we'll be headed out to deliver, and then I will get back with you shortly. All right, guys, we are on our way to the customer from that Safeway shop and pay. Total on that was $10.75 for 6 items and about 2 miles. That's not bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's something I'd probably do every time. If it were something like 12 items for $10.75, I probably wouldn't do that. Lately, with these competitive shops and this little battle between Instacart and DoorDash, I think they're willing to pay a little bit more. So I try to target around $2 per item. And most of my shops, the delivery is not that far. These grocery shops tend to be pretty in a pretty tight window in terms of mileage to the customer. So I usually try and target about $2 per item. So typically with that 6 items, I'd like to see 12, but $10.75 is close enough. For 2 miles, I'm not going to quibble about that. So all in all, that was a pretty average shop and pay in terms of pay per item and per mile. So we're going to make our way over to the customer, and boy, those views don't suck, do they? In this market, I just kind of looked up and went, wow, that's kind of cool. I live here and see that every day. So we'll make our way to the customer and drop off and kind of try and pull into another little pocket or hot zone here and wait for what comes next. So we'll see you then, or talk to you then. All right, guys, we are pulled off into our little hot zone here. Just waiting for another order. It's been pretty quiet. We got that Safeway order dropped off. I went out this morning and did a a few orders that I decided to start recording this kind of on the second half of the day. So we will keep perusing the apps. Like I said before, we've got DoorDash, Uber, and Spark on. I may actually pull up the Spark app and record the screen on that and see what we got going there. But we'll chill here until something comes up, and if we get a good one, we'll pop back on. Hey guys, so I got the Spark app opened up here. Just gonna kind of peruse. There's quite a few orders, a decent number. And let's see, there's a couple of Walmarts on here that I'll go to. This one in the middle is kind of like my home Walmart. It's the closest. There's another one about 4 miles away that I'll go to occasionally, but in my market, these Walmarts span, you know, up and down the entire city, and some of them are in different cities. Probably from the furthest south Walmart, it'd probably be 20 or 30 miles to the most northern one. So I get a lot of offers for Walmarts that just would not make any sense. Even if it's a good order, it would not make any sense for me to drive to. So that's something about Spark, that you see all these orders, but there's probably only 1 or 2 that I could actually even do. This one at the bottom is in my market, or is my home Walmart, but that's terrible. 2 orders for $9.68. That's probably 0 tip on both of those for 7 miles. There's no way. So even if there are orders at my Walmart or a nearby Walmart, a lot of times they're so terrible. These Spark orders are hit and miss. It really depends. This second to the bottom one here, $8.50 for 2 orders. That's no tip from both customers. There's a start shopping order right there in the middle, $11 for 1.5 miles. That's not terrible. I'm not going to open this up because it'll show the customer's name, and I guess I could just go back through and black it out. But and then here's one in the middle, 13 orders for $46 and 35 total miles. I just would never do anything like that. I actually recorded a Spark order that I got yesterday that I did not edit and put on because I was having too much trouble. But it was a $53 Spark order for 2 orders. One was like 4 items and the other order was like 10 items, and they were going to the same neighborhood, and it was $53. So pretty crazy on that one. It was like an $8 base and like a $45 tips between the 2 customers. Hopefully those will stay on. I haven't checked them today. A lot of times on this Spark app, customers do have 24 hours to change their tip. And I have had several times early on, I have had tips that went to 0. It was like a $15 tip, and in the 24 hours after the delivery, the customer purposefully went in and turned the tip to 0. So I didn't do anything wrong on any order. I followed every single delivery instructions. I even ring the doorbell when it says you don't have to ring the doorbell, but you can if you want. So I think it's just absolute tip baiting, and these customers know how to game the system so that they'll get their order picked up in a timely fashion and then promptly zero out the tip. So I actually took notes of the customers' names because I could track the names with the order number. That showed me the zeroed out tip. And I made a little book, a little list of names of people that zeroed out the tips. So I will not be delivering to them again. If I see an order pop up with that name that's flagged in my little system here, I won't take it to that customer. So that's that. I haven't had a tip backed out in a while. Once I kind of gathered that list and didn't deliver to those people anymore, and I kind of try and head to a certain part of town on a consistent basis. That's just kind of the way the game's played. I haven't had a single tip zeroed out as of then. So that's just the way I'm going to play Spark. I know on Uber, a customer can change their tip up to an hour, but I really haven't ever had that problem on Uber. I've only had tips go up if something went really well or I kind of went out of my way or something. So nothing on here. There's one for $10.68. Like I said, that's the only order at my Walmart. That's a terrible, terrible order. So I'll turn this off and we'll keep waiting here for an order on something and pop back on. Guys, we took this Spark order. It's $13.50 There's a $7 tip on it, which is pretty good. It's only 7 items. The Walmart's about a half a mile behind me, and the customer delivery is like a couple of miles from the Walmart. So I usually try to do doubles on these, but these singles that are $13.50, $14.50, I'll usually grab if the miles are low. They're pretty good. So we'll head over to the Walmart and pick that up. And as I pull in, I'll kind of show kind of the check-in process and the loading process and kind of how that works for those of you that aren't familiar with Spark but might want to look into it. So we'll head over there now and talk to you in a little bit. All right, guys, we are headed into the Walmart parking lot. The pickups are obviously different at every Walmart, but typically they're on one side or the other. I think I've seen one where it's all the way around the back, but this one's just off to the right side of this Walmart. So we'll pull in here in a minute, and the order says that it's ready. Sometimes you'll pick up orders and it'll say getting ready, and you can kind of keep refreshing the little circle arrow thingy. And when it's ready, I'll usually wait till it's ready until I check in, until I confirm arrival, which I'll show you once we get there. But this one says ready. It's an express order. Pickup time was ASAP, so it's probably one of those deals where the customer paid a premium for the fastest delivery possible. So I was tempted to actually let that order sit a little bit, because sometimes they go up in rates pretty quick. Like that $13.50 I've seen go to $16.50 and then $20.50, like really quick for a single order of 7 items. So those tell me that the customer obviously paid a premium for that express delivery. So I went ahead and grabbed it at $13.50 because it's just not bad for a single order of 7 items. There's one car in the parking lot, which is a good sign. I'm gonna pull in here. They have all these spots marked. They have about 30 spots. We are going to back in. You don't have to back in, but this parking lot is so empty. I'm just gonna back in here. And you see all these spots here. So what I'll do is pop off of this, and I'll just record the screen with the Spark app on it and just show how we check in. So we are here on the app. We've pulled into spot 27. So we're going to slide this confirm arrival here at the bottom, and then it gives you a list of spots to pick. So we're going to scroll down to 27, click that, and click OK. And then I'm probably going to shut this recording off and try and get some of the loading process, but if not, we'll just pop back on when we're on our way to the customer. Before I leave, I just got loaded with the Walmart order, but here's a list of the order. It was only 7 items. It's a lot of the times it'll say up here miscellaneous 12 items. Well, they count bags as an item. You can see right below it says 6 bags. So if you ever see that, just don't pay attention. It's just bags. But this order had popcorn, mega toilet roll, scan disc, Sharpie marker sets, and fruit punch. So this is the first time this has happened, but I always peruse the order just to see what's on it. Well, the dude came out and handed me just the juice and just the toilet paper and said, all right, have a good day. And I was like, let me pull the order up. It's showing popcorn and SD card and Sharpie markers. And he's like, well, let me go inside and check. And sure enough, he came out with 2 extra bags and said, man, I'm so glad you said something. They were just laying there on the floor. So I would have delivered this customer like 30% of their order. And they probably would have been pissed and maybe, you know, taken it out on me with a bad rating or whatever. So, or even taking the tip away. So I'm not sure if the customers know that we're not like connected to Walmart, that we're like independent contractors. So anyway, that's just something I wanted to pull up real quick to show you that if you have a small order, it sometimes might pay to just kind of look it over. And because it's so small, I just noticed that there was more than half the order missing. So that was the case there. So we are loaded up here, and we will head out to the customer shortly. All right, guys, so we've got the order loaded up. You can see it's 2 bags and then a hunk of toilet paper. So again, for $13.50, I mean, I would have done that if it was a shop and pay. If it was a $13.50 6 item or 7 item shop and pay, I would have done that. And instead, I pull up, open my trunk. The dude brought it out in like 30 seconds, although he forgot half the order. But that's when Spark can be even more efficient. That I didn't even have to shop. It took me 2 minutes to get to the Walmart, a minute to get loaded, and I cruised out of there, and it's probably 3 or 4 minutes to the customer. So this is one of those orders where it's not overly big like the $20 orders that I usually do for Spark, but it's really efficient time-wise because it's, again, something I would have gone in and shopped for, and I didn't have to. So we were headed up to the customer for a drop-off. It is an apartment. It's 3rd floor, but not too big of a deal. That's nice about Spark as well, is that before you even accept the order, you can see the customer's name, their address, and actually if they're in an apartment, what floor they're on. It shows like their full delivery address before you even accept it. So that is kind of a nice feature. If you see something maybe in your market that's the 8th floor and it's got 2 cases or 3 cases of water on it, you might think twice before you accept something like that, unless you want to get a good workout in for the day. But I usually try to not do that if at all possible. So we'll head over here to the customer. It's the next exit, and lug up a couple of flights of stairs, and then get back with you after we drop off. We are at the customer. I just wanted to pop this on real quick and kind of show the process. Once you get here, there's an arrival slider at the bottom that I just slid over, and then you get this series of instructions. The drop-off notes at the top. Click got it, and then scan the code that you get. There's these stickers on the bags, or sometimes they'll just hand you a sticker with the customer code and order code on it. So we'll go ahead and hit scan. Scan that guy. Slide complete scan, and then the drop-off location, we'll select that, and it'll be porch, and we'll hit submit, and then the last one is take a photo of the item. So I'm going to stop that video there and then take a photo once we hike up the stairs here, but I just kind of wanted to show you what that process was. I will talk to you guys in a bit. All right, guys, we are pulling back into our hotspot zone. Into a gas station here. I need a little bit of gas, so I'm going to pop out and get some. Looks like we've got $2.69 for unleaded at this gas station. Thank you, Obama. It's going down a little bit more every day. So we're going to get a couple gallons of petrol here and wait for our next order. So we'll catch up with you in a little bit. Hey guys, we just got this order for Mod Pizza. Went ahead and took it. It's 11 bucks. It's only 3 pizzas going about like 2.5 miles. So that's a pretty decent deal. So we're going to go head over and pick this up, and we'll catch up with you in a little bit. All right, we are at the Mod Pizza. Go in and pick up this order and head on our way. All right, guys, we are headed to our Mod Pizza customer. But I wanted to pop on. This was exactly what I was talking about earlier. Going this direction at this time of day. This is just a normal street in a neighborhood with just houses, and it's nothing special. And it's this one little bottleneck area that I seriously sometimes will just decline orders, even if they're good, coming out here, because this is what happens. It's just, it bottlenecks because of school letting out and just all this stuff at like exactly this time. So pays to kind of know your market and what areas you might want to avoid. This is a pretty decent order. I mean, $11 for 2.5 miles is not bad at all, for just 3 pizzas. But you know, it's 2.5 miles to the customer's house, but when you have traffic like this, it might as well be 10 miles. So yeah, this is going to get a little hairy. Up here at this light, I'm actually going to take a right. I'm supposed to keep going straight, but I'm going to go through the back side of this neighborhood here, and go around all of this and come back out, hopefully ahead of this a little bit. Otherwise, as you can see, this line of cars over here, we would just be sitting behind it. Again, kind of pays to know little side routes and back alleys and whatever through your market. But I'm actually going to turn off here and go right, and then swoop down through this neighborhood and hopefully come out up there, around all of that. Let's see if it works. But yeah, it's nice to know some back roads and things like that. But we're going to try to go around all of that mess and save ourselves maybe a few minutes. But I will duck into this neighborhood and we'll make the delivery, hopefully not in too much time, and catch back up with you once we've made the delivery. Alright guys, so we just dropped off that mod pizza order. You can see the original offer was $11, and we did in fact receive $11. It was an $8.50 tip on that one, which is pretty nice for just 3 little pizzas and 2.5 miles. So we will head back to our hot zone now and pop back on when we get something going. Talk to you then. We just got this Safeway Shop and Pay, $16.25 for the order. It's 11 items. But there's some bunches, like 3 of those, 2 of those, 3 of those, so they're all kind of in the same area. So I always like that because you just don't have to travel as far around the store, which just saves time. So we are going to head down to the Safeway and start shopping for this guy. Alright guys, we are headed to the Safeway to pick up that Shop and Pay. As you can see, the sun has gone night-night behind the mountains for the day. So I'll probably be delivering this in the dark, which is alright. Not sure how much more we'll go after that. We'll just kind of have to watch the apps and see if anything really good hits it. If not, we'll probably call it a day. We'll be at the Safeway here in about 2 minutes. I may try and record some of the shop inside as well, like I did a little bit earlier. It shouldn't be too long. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll be back with you in a minute. Mini chocolate chip muffin, 12 counts, snagged in the bucket. Right. Oh, you like ding dong? No ding dong. Oh, we got these ding dong. See if I can set those out in the bucket. Alright, Pure Leaf unsweetened tea, 6-pack. 1 in the bin. 2 in the bin. And let's go. Alright, the Great Wall of Drinks by Costa Rica Clementine times 3. 1, 2, 3. We got kiwi strawberry times 3. Can I swoop 3 with one hand? Hell yeah. In the bins, let's go. Alright, last item. Pulp free Minute Maid juicer. Into the bucket. And we are done. We're gonna head to the front and check out. Alright guys, we have checked out and we have our groceries loaded in tow. We'll be heading out for delivery here in just a minute. It's about 3.5 miles, so we'll head out that way and catch back up with you soon. Alright guys, we are heading to our drop-off for that Safeway Shop and Pay. A couple more minutes to go here. So as you can see, darkness has befallen us. So I'm not sure I'll do another one after this. We'll kind of keep the apps open and see what happens. So we're going to go drop this off real quick and then head back to our zone. And I'll check back in with you and see what the rest of the day holds. Alright guys, we just dropped that Safeway order off. Total $16.25. The customer tip was $8.50, which is pretty good. It didn't take too long. Total shopping time, just under 3 minutes. So not bad at all for that one. So we're going to head back to our zone now Probably going to call it quits for the evening, but do a quick little recap once we get back. So I will talk to you in a bit. All right, guys, we are back in our home zone. I'm probably going to call it quits for the day. Did that last shop and pay, which was not too bad. So for the day, I did some orders this morning for about 3 or 4 hours before I started recording. So on the day total, I think we were 130 something with DoorDash, and then we had some Uber in there and the Spark orders in there. So it was about 180 probably total for the day, which isn't too bad. I like to always try and reach the 200 mark if I can, at least, like bare minimum. So it wasn't too bad. I probably do less orders when I'm recording just because I'm kind of fumbling around with everything, but not bad overall. These are kind of the first videos I'm doing. I've tried to upload a couple that didn't really work out, so this one I'm going to try to upload as well, but hopefully I'll start doing these every other day, if not every day, just kind of a day in the life of, kind of get a little bit more of a format to them, and just kind of offer some tips and tricks with all the different apps. Typically the 3 I'll do is DoorDash, Uber, and Spark that I kind of have on. Sometimes Instacart, not too much, and sometimes Grubhub, but not a whole lot. I just find in my market those aren't so great lately. So we'll wrap it up for the day. Like I said, I'll try to get this video out and try and start doing these maybe on a daily basis. So we'll see how it goes. So enjoy the rest of your day or evening, and we will hopefully catch up with you tomorrow.